Hello, welcome to another Klosmi commentary preview. Let's begin, shall we?
Well, we'll start with the review first.
Yeah.
The review game week 27. We had 3 2-0 results to kick us off. Stoke beating Middlesbrough 2-0. West Brom going down at home to Crystal Palace 2-0. And Man City ending their terrible run at the Stadium of Light, winning 2-0 against Sunderland.
We had a few mixed results, mostly bad. The first two were wrong. We went for a draw, no good. Then we went for a home win, also no good.
Well, that was reasonable.
Yeah. And then the away win. We went for the away win and we got that one right.
Yeah, thank God.
Next in Game 7, West Ham hosted Chelsea. We gave West Ham sort of a chance. We didn't give them a chance. But in the end, Chelsea in total control. Got the job done, 2-1.
In game number 6, Man United took on Bournemouth.
And we thought it was going to be the same thing, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Possibly easier.
We thought this would be pretty straightforward, but United put in one of those performances that they're becoming famous for now, where they just dominate the game, have tons of shots, and don't really score enough.
Yeah, 1-1, they missed the penalty.
They always leak that goal that caused them to draw. It was one of those performances.
And they missed the penalty and, threw us off. I think it threw most people off. But
bad result for them.
Yeah, and in a sense bad for us, but
bad for us.
We don't mind.
Well done, Bournemouth.
Now, the top 5. This was a crazy week. Lots of big results.
Let's get this one over with.
Okay, Leicester coming from behind to beat Hull City 3-1. Got that one right, as expected.
I'm not happy.
Once again, we're not always happy with the results that we pick, but we got this right. Game 4, another come from behind result, Swansea.
Yeah, Swansea getting up. We got this one wrong. We went for the draw, but
we were hinting at a Swansea win.
And we were close to a draw. I mean, really. Yeah. Burnley were ahead there for a little while, and we thought, maybe Burnley would pick it up. But
turns out Swansea has a bit more zest in them than we thought, and they got the job done. Congrats to them. Great victory for them.
Yeah. Watford took on Southampton, and we went for a Southampton win. We got that. It was a bit nervy at first, but
another great game.
Another great game.
Fantastic game.
Another shout out to Gabbiadini, who scored again. Yeah. This guy's on fire.
He's killing it.
He's killing this. This is a fantastic start. Yeah. Anyway, 4-3 win for Southampton, getting it done. Moving
to game number 2, we had Tottenham seeing off Everton. Now, we were split on this one. Cos went for the Tottenham win. I went for the draw. I got a bit carried away. Tottenham always in control of this game. They were a bit off. They conceded 2 goals.
You did say that. And they were off.
They were definitely off, but nowhere near off enough. They're just too good at home.
Yeah.
Getting the job done. Well done to Tottenham.
And finally, the number 1 game of the week. 2 big guns, Liverpool and Arsenal.
Big win.
Big win for Liverpool, and we got this one. We said that Arsenal's intensity will be a bit off, after having a very long break, and we thought Liverpool will be right in the zone.
2-0 at half time.
And that just set the tone for the whole game, really. And
too much to do for Arsenal in the second half. They did essentially draw the second half, 1-1. But it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Liverpool coming out on top in a very big win for them. And now, that wraps up the review of last week. We go into the preview of this week. So we started this one off with 10 matches. We got knocked down to 5 after the FA Cup results. And then Manchester City did a sneaky one on us, didn't they?
Yeah,
they played a midweek.
They played a midweek. We
didn't know anything about it.
I saw it there, but I assumed it was just a catch-up game because I knew they were going behind.
So now
the catch-up game was against Man United. So they did a sneaky.
And now we're down to 4 games. So it's going to be a really quick one here.
It's better for us because we've got other stuff going on. But anyway.
But we're going to start off with Bournemouth taking on West Ham. Now, look, it's a tough one. This was possibly the toughest one.
This wasn't easy.
One of the toughest ones. We're still a bit stuck. We're not entirely sure how this is going to go. But we do feel like the edge is definitely towards West Ham's favour in this one. Stronger team. Away from home, they're fine.
Away from home, their form's good away from home. They're scoring goals away from home as well, especially
teams that let them score goals.
Yeah, and Bournemouth are generally one of those teams. They did somewhat turn a corner against Man United. I think they put in a better effort.
And the week before against West Brom, they put in a good performance, still making those mistakes that cost them the game.
It's just those individual mistakes.
Yeah, it almost cost them against Man United as well with a penalty, but wasn't to be. And they'll get a bit of confidence out of that, won't they?
Of course, they will, of course. But look, we're leaning towards West Ham for the obvious reasons. They're scoring, especially away from home. They're good enough to score. They're confident.
They're itching for a win.
They need a win, and
they don't need a win.
Well, not really.
Bournemouth need
to win, but West Ham are a stronger team.
We all know that if you take your foot off the pedal, Bournemouth will make you pay.
Oh yeah, we've seen that before.
But I feel like West Ham will be itching to get back into this. Either way, definitely in West Ham's favour. Probably just enough for us to call it for West Ham to win this one. Wasn't the best week for us. Only got 5 out of 10, minus 11 cents, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But there are a few results in there that would have gone our way. We got a bit too cute. I got a bit too cute with some of the results, and we're paying for it. One of those results comes our way, we're in the green. But yeah, enough on that.
Moving on now to game number 3, those Tigers, Hull City. They take on the Swans in Swansea City. Now, this is a very tough one.
6-pointer.
This was very tough. Both teams need to win. Hull also need to win.
Hull in the stronger position being at home.
Yeah, and look, at home, they're not that bad. Like the good teams beat them, the top 6. But generally they don't lose at home. They tend to hold sides to draws, and they'll pick
Even
up
Everton was struggling there.
Yeah, and they'll pick up the occasional victory.
Swansea, however, they got the momentum up front, definitely. They're still leaking those goals at the back, and it's really stopping them a little bit. But look, this is really going to be an open game. We feel anyway. We feel it's going to be open game.
Swansea haven't had a draw since November.
Yeah, so there's a very good chance that this isn't going to be a draw. However, that said, we can't put our finger on which team really deserves or doesn't deserve to take this one. It's tough to say.
Well, it's not about who deserves it. It's about who's going to win.
Well, yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, we're sort of leaning in different directions. We think it's going to be a draw, but I'm sort of leaning more towards the Swansea victory.
Yeah, the attack's going to pull in, but I'm feeling that maybe, just maybe, Hull City will be extra focused for this game. Swansea will be not that particularly fussed about losing or winning. They've pulled away a bit from that relegation zone. And Hull City will be switched on, focused. They know this is a big game, and that would be enough possibly to see them through. But either way,
I'm just going for Swansea because they're playing well, and they're both legitimate reasons.
Yeah, really. So, any of these things could happen. Yeah. We're going to put it down for one of those crazy draws, like a 3-3, 2-2, but it could easily end up 4-3 either way, or 2-1. There should be a few goals in this one, though. Both teams should score, and yeah, it's going to be probably the most interesting game this week.
Probably, yeah. So draw, but we're leaning either way.
Now, second game of the week, adjusted second game of the week in a very short week.
It's a great game, this one.
So Everton's taking on West Brom, and, well, obviously Everton's a stronger team. They're only one position apart in the table, not many points apart. Both doing very well. Everton, though, in quite formidable form, especially at home.
Yeah. Offensively,
defensively, putting a lot of pressure on. And West Brom, well, they've been a bit of a good against the bad and bad against the good, eh?
That's right. Look, West Brom are a very capable team, but not here. And look, Everton at home are just too strong, pretty much. That's all it is.
Yeah, and they'll be reeling after that loss to Tottenham, even though it's against Tottenham. They won't be happy with that. They'll be looking to be focused, getting back into it. West Brom, on the other hand, won't be happy with that loss against Crystal Palace. I'm sure Tony Pulis will be yelling at them, giving a bit of hairdryer treatment. Losing at home, but especially to a relegation team.
Well, if they want to respond, it's going to be hard to respond here.
Yeah.
That's the thing, so
they're going to have to be super switched on. And look, the way West Brom have been playing this season, this is the kind of game that they're not really a team to grind out those 0-0 results anymore. They tend to play a team on their merit, and if they're good enough, then they lose, and if they're not good enough, then they triumph. So
yeah, that's it.
Everton to be too switched on.
Yeah, look, Everton are clearly the 7th best team this season, so going to stick with an Everton win. Now, our number one game of the week. Now adjusted. This is going to be.
It was originally number 5 before the other fixtures were in.
This is game of the season stuff right here. Liverpool at home to Burnley. Now, look, this was extremely tough. We looked at it for about 20 seconds, and we came up with that Liverpool should really be winning this game.
Probably closer to 10 seconds, really.
Yeah, look, in fairness to Burnley, look, you're improving away from home, but this is Liverpool at home at Anfield. It's not that easy.
All right, now, before we get too carried away, Cos loves to ride off the underdog. He loves it.
Which is funny, because usually I support the underdog in matches.
All right, let's throw some bit of hope in here. Okay, so Burnley, obviously, coming off a loss. That always inspires me. Liverpool coming off a win. Look, it's not as simple as if you're coming off a win, you play worse, and if you're coming off a loss, you play better. But it does sort of switch it a little bit either way. Either way, Burnley have definitely been harder to beat on the road. Definitely harder to beat.
Especially of late. They're not too bad away from home, they're just not getting any points.
Well, this is a great test for Liverpool because they're playing at home here against what some consider definitely relegation fodder in terms of away form. Definitely. Definitely the worst away record in the league by some margin. Really, if Liverpool don't win this game, then big question. There's already big questions being asked of Liverpool, but it's a no-win situation for Liverpool. Really, they have to win. They have to win this game, and they have to win it really convincingly to really hold their head up high. The spotlight here is on Liverpool. It's up to them how they play. Burnley will give them an opportunity to win this game. They just need to take it. They need to play well. What do you think, Cos? Do you reckon they can pull off one of those shocking performances again?
Liverpool?
Yeah. At home, it's less likely.
It's less likely.
It's the away performances, really.
It's the away, but at home they did lose to Swansea.
Yeah.
So they're capable of this. So we don't know,
but they got their full squad in back now.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we can't.
There's not enough excuses available here. Really, we just have to back Liverpool to do the job. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like you can put any amount of money on this and expect it to come back, but Liverpool to win.
Yeah, Liverpool win.
All right, so that's the end of our short little preview. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe, of course, because we've got some stuff coming up soon.
Australian football.
Yeah, the season's starting up. And
in 2 weeks' time?
Yeah.
Today.
A bit of a hybrid. We're going to help you pick a footy team or an EPL team.
Play a bit of matchmaker here between AFL and EPL teams and see how we go.
But yeah, thank you again for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
See you then.